So I know I'm not alone in thinking that we are facing a truly dark and, quite frankly, a frightening period of our history. In the aftermath of the murder of Irina Zarutska and the assassination of Charlie Kirk, tensions have been rising everywhere. My general observation is that a lot of people are feeling angry and indignant about the current political and societal climate. And quite frankly, being angry at injustice is a perfectly natural response. Personally, I think it shows that we care about what's right, about what's important. However, if we are not careful, anger can harden into bitterness, push us towards revenge, poison our hearts, and thereby separate us from God. And despair can also sneak in, making us feel like there's no hope for change. Anger and despair can really weigh us down if we let them take over, but they don't have to win. There are ways to deal with these temptations that actually help us out. So, I would say that with anger, a good trick is to catch it early on before things really blow up. So, when you start feeling anger rising, even within your body, within your heart, then just stop for a second. Take a deep breath. Say a prayer, a quick prayer. Doesn't need to be a very fancy one. Just say a simple prayer, something from your heart if you can't think of any specific one. And choose to respond gently. You don't have to shout back or snap. Even some of the greatest saints struggled with their temper. For instance, Saint Jerome, he he struggled quite a bit with anger, but he turned things around by asking God's forgiveness and trying to change bit by bit, or rather, trying to cooperate with God and the work that God is doing within our hearts, the healing that He's trying to bring about within us, bit by bit. Saint Francis de Sales, one of my favorite saints, a truly beautiful and gentle soul, he said that gentleness is the best way to calm anger. Not force, not beating yourself up, just steady, patient calm. And if you do happen to lose it, then say sorry, pray about it, seek the sacrament of reconciliation, and then start again. Don't stay stuck in guilt because that just makes things worse. Despair is one of those temptations and sins, really, that can be even more dangerous because it whispers that we or our situation will never change, that even God has abandoned us. However, that is a lie straight from the enemy of our souls. The saints remind us that hope is never lost. Pope Saint, Pope Saint Leo the Ninth said that the cure for despair is to remember God's mercy and to trust that He can transform us if we let Him. And consider Mother Teresa. She lived for years in deep spiritual darkness, unable to feel God's presence. Yet she chose to keep trusting Him, keep serving the poor, keep loving. Her example teaches us that faith and hope are not about feelings, but about perseverance. So, when anger comes, pause, breathe, pray, and choose calm. Choose gentleness. When despair comes, cling to hope, even when it feels out of reach. Trust God's love and keep doing good, however small. And if you fall, get back up. In the end, both anger and despair lose their grip on us when we refuse to give up and keep our eyes on Christ. So I kindly ask you all to take a moment and pray for the souls of Irina and Charlie, for their families, their loved ones who are left to pick up the pieces and face the grief that is to lose a loved one. I also ask you to pray for the people who have committed these atrocities, these terrible crimes, and to pray for any other victims and perpetrators of the many tragedies currently going on in the world. There are far too many to be able to name them. So, Saint Jerome, pray for us. Saint Francis de Sales, pray for us. Saint Mother Teresa, pray for us. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.